Have you guys ever been to one of those like farmers market or like art market type places? They pop up a lot in my city. And today's drama that we're talking about is related to those markets. It's about this girl named Rosie and her wood shop that she has, and she attended this market in her local area that promised 20,000 people dot 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 and sold nothing. It's fun to stay at the Anyway, so yeah, I just inserted the clip so you can watch as well, because I can do that now, guys. Look at that. Anyway, so yeah, Rosie is not too happy about the turnout. I mean, they turned out, but they just didn't for her. And so she took to TikTok and she made this video that got 7 million views. It was also posted to Instagram and got 1.8 million views over there. And people had a lot to say. People had a lot to say. I'm just going to go and read some of the comments under this video right here. The top comment is from Bree. I was there. You still had leftover pieces from the printer on your items. Oh my god. Oh my god. The audacity. The audacity. I feel like that's low-key shady. Like you saw that in person and then you didn't say anything until there's a comment section dedicated to just shitting on this girl. Cuz here's the thing. I'm just going to come out ahead of the I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I do think that this girl was kind of in the wrong for thinking that people should buy her products because they're fucking shit, like the ones that she was displaying anyway. However, I also think that she's clearly interested in like the kind of entrepreneurial art side of things, and I think that in order for people to succeed, they need encouragement, and she clearly doesn't have the right encouragement. And I have a lot to say about this, which I'll get into later, because I can imagine who some of the supporters behind Rosie are and what they're saying to her, and it's probably the reason that she is in this position and she's not able to like take the criticism the way that she should. Or well, sorry, not that she should take the criticism the way that I think she should take it, but there's a much better way. There's a better way to handle this sort of criticism, and it's definitely not to defend yourself because you're a business, and at the end of the day you are part of your entire success is making people want what you have. And if you can't even have a conversation with these people, if you can't take their feedback, how are you going to know what they want? How are you going to know how to make your product better? How are you going to make sure that people actually stop at your booth and buy something next time, you know? So yeah, another comment, bringing 3D printed stuff to a craft fair is like bringing a frozen meal to a cooking competition. This is where I have a lot to say, okay? I fucking agree with this 1,000%. I was watching Robert React's video on this, and he said, which he was the first one that I saw to say it. I saw this so many times after. He said, 3D printed stuff is like the AI of the art world, and that is so true. Like that is so true. Um, for many reasons, and this is not 3D printed stuff across the board. People are making really cool 3D printed stuff. Like I've seen some, they're still kind of lazy, but I've seen some like dice towers at markets. I think those are cool. There were some cool ones. There were these ones that were like a book. There's ones that was like a tornado. There's ones that was like a tower, like a lighthouse. Like there's really cool ones. And a dice tower is essentially just something usually for like Dungeons and Dragons or something like that, where you just drop your dice in and they fall all the way down. So it's like a fun aesthetic different way of rolling dice, you know? And so there's a lot of cool things that can be made with 3D printed with made through 3D printing, whatever the fuck you call it. However, you never really see these things at the markets. All you ever see is the fidget toys. The only 3D printed object that I'm going to stand behind is the clicker. The clicker is literally the greatest fucking thing ever. I just think that like when I go to a market and they have a bunch of clickers and people are just clicking on them, it's like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't let people do that. Like they're going to break your product." Cuz that's the other thing too about 3D printed products is they fucking suck and they're going to fall apart. A light gust of wind could knock it over and shatter it. Some more comments. Ignore the comments. They're all correct, but ignore them. I heard someone say 3D printing is just the physical version of AI slop, and I fully agree. Yes. Wow, 3D printed things, laser etched wood and epoxy. Next, you should try sourdough bread, hot sauce, beef jerky, and jam at the farmer's market. See, look, that's so mean. Um, I will say if I see a stand with 3D printed stuff, I turn around and don't care about what else they are selling. Yeah, and like I think that that's good feedback. Like I think most people would respond that way. Especially like I doubt that like I think 3D printed stuff is probably strictly for like Gen X to like Gen Alpha, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's like old people are not buying 3D printed junk. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. So, and I guess this is where like she also does woodwork and laser engravings. Like I don't think that's like an age restricted thing. Probably less young people are buying woodwork and engravings, but I bet you there's a lot of old people who appreciate woodwork and engraving and stuff like that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know about old people. So yeah, as we saw on the sign, Rosie sells laser engravings, 3D printing, woodworking, and epoxy. I tried to look on her page to see, because I didn't see anything really laser engraved on the table, but also I didn't get a good shot of the table. I also did not see any epoxy, but then I went to her page and I saw that there was a video that she posted about her like laser engravings. I wasn't able to find anything about epoxy still. Maybe she just kind of like works epoxy into like what she's already doing. Yeah, like I don't see any. Who the fuck wants a 3D printed candelabra? Who's buying this? Okay, I think that's resin or epoxy. Is that okay? It's literally not letting me pause. Is that the epoxy, like that stuff around the wood? I think that's epoxy. Okay, so she does epoxy work. Here it's literally crooked. Like you can see the dark brown wood. That like piece of white epoxy in between the two woods is like not straight. It looks like Saskatchewan. If I'm gonna address the problem, I'm gonna address the problem. Pin Bear, not fucking now. Okay? I love you. Um, who would want to buy that junk? How is this helping? What are you just trying to get one off your or get it off your chest or something? Like are you just having a fucking bad day? And then the comment responding, haha, I just know you came from the Stitch video and looked for a post she didn't lock down comments on yet, cause same. So yeah, like you kind of have a good idea of Rosie and her work now. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is with the 3D printed, the epoxy, the engraving, the fucking woodwork, it's just overdone. It's overdone. Me and my friends have been talking about this since like 2020 when we started going to all the markets like regularly. Even when we started going, it was a bunch of like tumblers, resin, bead beadwork that wasn't good, okay? Beadwork that was just done by like a child or something. Um woodwork, stuff like that. And then I'm not even gonna get into the food because I think the food just, I think it's gonna be different foods depending on where you live, and that just kind of makes sense to me. So I don't really care to talk about that. But the fact that all over the fucking world, because in Robert's Reacts video, he's from like the UK or something, and he says that it's the same there, and it's just it seems like at every one of these markets in the world that where they have these markets, of course, they have 3D printed, they have woodwork, they have resin. So it's just overdone. It's overdone. And I always notice these people at markets. Like I see the family who is selling AI tumblers, AI tote bags, just a bunch of fucking AI crap. And I'm like, you guys just want money. You just want money. You just want money. Like you're greedy. You're a greedy fuck and you're wasting so much resources that are going to end up probably in a landfill because this shit is junk. This shit is ass. This shit looks like trash. And it pisses me off. I never like smile at those people or even like look at them, or I just always, and it's not even trying to be rude, it's just I want them to know that so many people just see right through your booth to the next one. Like you're not doing anything special, and in fact you're kind of scamming people by giving them like a lackluster product. It's just I don't know. I just don't think it's right. But I think more than that, it's the fucking audacity to show up to an art market with stuff that you could not possibly claim as art. Like, that's not art. AI is not art. That's fucking garbage. And then I have a few response videos that I wanted to get into.
One of my biggest pet peeves as an artist and a business owner is seeing people like this complain online about people not supporting their business, but refusing to accept any blame or like refusing to realize that a lot of the problems that they have, they could actually solve with themselves if they had a little bit more self awareness. If you bring 3D printed items to a craft show or like any art fairs or whatever it's called, you have to have awareness that so many people, it's public information, so many people hate that. Like, no matter how cool the design is, no matter how much time you spend sanding and cleaning them up, like, people just don't like that. It's the same reason why people don't like that Etsy has turned into like a drop shipping platform and people just mass produce stuff and they advertise it as handmade when it's really not. It's just, it's all of that. Now, I will say another thing that kind of irritated me about that video specifically, and I have nothing against her, really, I don't know her. But there was a lot of people giving her constructive criticism in the comments before she shut the comments off, which is so interesting because she turned the comments off, but she was like replying to a lot of people, and I guess it's all subjective, but in my opinion, it came across as like rude or snarky. I saw somebody else say that word, snarky, and it's, in my opinion, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I don't think that she like it was ready for it. Like I think it's coming off as rude, but I don't think it's like I don't think that's how she's trying to come off. I think she thinks that people I think she saw all of the overwhelmingly negative comments of people who can't people who just are not likable and they can't give constructive criticism. They just give judgment, you know? I think that she saw that, and I don't think she sees a difference between that and people saying nobody wants to see this. So I think that she, at the end of the day, is just like, y'all are a bunch of haters. Like, you know? And I do feel like her opinion on that has kind of shifted. I don't know for a fact, but I've seen her liking some comments that are just saying, hey, like, no hate, but it's true, nobody wants to see this. Like, you should. And then another, like, this comment was saying, the one that she liked was saying you should lean more into your woodwork and epoxy stuff, and because there's actually like there's an art to that, you know. But I would also say, if she really likes the 3D printing, she should also lean into that, because like I said earlier in the video, there's a lot of really cool 3D printed stuff out there. You just have to figure out how to make things look really smooth, how to clean them up after the print. You have to make sure that things are not um, just like a pattern that you could download on the internet and load up to your 3D printer and print. You know what I mean? Like, make it something interesting. Like, make your own 3D print patterns or whatever the fuck they're called. Make your own. Like, do your own work, cuz the woodwork is clear. You're doing your own work when it comes to the woodwork, but not the 3D printing, and that was the majority of the things that I saw on your table, on her table. So it's like you just have to take that into consideration. Like, they were definitely being mean to you, just not all of them. There's a lot of oversaturation with the crochet market too. I think the only difference is that I never see like crochet stands that have all of the same things. Like, it's not like all of them sell bees, you know? Somebody might prefer to make bees, another person prefers to make cats. And so I think that makes the crochet part of it a little bit different. I do see a lot of stock at all the crochet booths and not much getting sold though. So I think crochet is another one that you can add to the list that is just overdone, sadly. Even though there's always going to be crazy like crochet stuff that you can like lots of like I don't think you could ever go wrong with making like crochet skirts and like boho type pants and stuff and selling it at a market, and like headscarf, like stuff like that. People will always buy that shit. It See, 3D printing itself is not art, but an artist can take 3D printing and make it art. So that's I think what this person is missing is the fact that I think they're just printing patterns and then being like, "Look what I made." And it's like, "You didn't make that. Somebody else made it and you put it through your machine. Your machine made that." there's millions of machines across the world that can make that exact same thing and probably sell it for cheaper. Yeah, because I was looking. Hold up, this is where the perfect place to insert this photo. I'll probably just insert it anyway. But see, like her woodworking is, I think, the direction that she should stick to, unless she wants to make her 3D print better. However, you can. I watched videos of her cutting the letters out individually and sanding them. They're kind of rough around the edges and not very straight. You can just buy wood letters at Michael's that are perfect, that were like cut by some machine. So it's like, girl, it's just, I don't know. It's like high school project. It's like elementary school project. It's elementary school project. High school project would be way elevated. See, yeah, she just said she likes 3D prints. Some people might not. I fucking hate them. I will never own anything 3D printed. You can't get me on it. I think it looks terrible. Okay, we get it. Um, I'll probably won't show any more videos because we get it. I'll probably just go through a few comments that I had saved that I thought were interesting. Um, as an artist, when I go to an art fair, I'm looking for effort and artistry. The thing about her 3D printed things is she did not put effort into finishing these. They're not sanded to smooth out the lines. They're not painted in any way. It's just giving printed plastic. Also, just because you put your money in doesn't mean you'll get money out. You need to put time and passion too. Also, similar to the first girl who gave her critique, your table is like your gallery, and you should curate your gallery so that the viewers the viewer is getting something out of how you've arranged it. Sorry, I can't fucking read. That's another point I forgot to make. Her booth is just a fucking table with everything laid out flat. Like, I saw another comment that was saying, girl, you could 3D print shelves and then sell them to other vendors. And it's like, yeah, that's such a good idea. Or she could woodwork shelves. Like, she could fucking epoxy shelves. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's just so lazy. It's like, I don't know how she. And there was a video of her before the market going around taking a video of everything, and all the booths looked so good. I don't know why that didn't click into her head. I don't know why she didn't think she needed multi-level shelving. I don't know why she didn't think. I don't know. And also, I don't think I saw prices on her table. That's another thing that I wish that I could tell every fucking vendor at these fucking markets, because it annoys me. It's like, why do you not have prices? I am immediately gonna walk away from a booth if there's no prices. I'm not buying that because, like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's like, do you want people to talk to you before buying your stuff? Like, why are you being secretive? Aren't you trying to sell things? And so definitely a lot of these businesses have missed out on sales, because I know I'm not the only person like that. Like, there have been so many times where I'm like, "Ooh, I really want to buy this, but there's no price tag," and I'm not asking them. Like, fuck that. Like, what are we doing? Also, if you're gonna enter the art world, critique is a tool for you. It's hard to hear sometimes, but all of the crits during art school helped me become a better artist, because when everyone sees things through different lenses, you can take the best from each lens and make your art even stronger. Period. Too low. She calls it Rosie's Woodshop, but she lists woodworking as the third of four services on her sign. Come on, Rosie, what is this? She's a hobby crafter, not someone with any semblance of a business mind. But that's the thing is like crafty people are so creative and innovative and smart and adaptable. So you would think that she would open her fucking eyes and look at the other booths and be like, yeah, no, I'm not up to par with these people. But no, she didn't do that, and that's her downfall, I think, here. So here's a video of her engravings. Again, it's just like a machine that engraves it. So like, what do you do? I guess she does woodwork. That's it though. Everything else is just press a button, load a file, press button. So this is a video that she makes in response to everything. She says fucking nothing at all. The only thing she really says is, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone."
Okay, so that happened on Instagram. That happened on TikTok. And then people were really, really mean. It was a really hard last few days, but you know what? I'm just gonna come back stronger. And you guys can hate me all you want, but yeah, leave me alone.
Girl, if you wanted people to leave you alone, why are you coming on the internet and fighting everyone? So she ended out that video with, "You guys can hate me all you want, but leave me alone." And it's like, what are you trying to accomplish with this? I don't know. And so essentially in this video, she just talks about all of the backlash and how she's been getting dragged and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, that's a bit of an over exaggeration, but there definitely were a lot of hater ass comments in there that didn't need to be there. So to each their own, I guess. And she ends out the video by saying, "You guys can hate me all you want, but leave me alone." And honestly, respect. Like she's that's such a crazy roller coaster. "Hey guys, what do you think of my products? 20,000 people didn't like my products, so I'm going to come to the internet and cry about it. And then when the internet cries back about it, I'm going to say, 'Leave me alone. Leave me alone.'" I don't know. It's very childish, and I hope that Rosie does overcome this and becomes like a good business owner, because there's a lot of really fucking terrible business owners out there, and we're at a point in our history of business where business owners can do whatever the fuck they want. They can treat their employees like shit. They can treat their customers like shit. They can get mad at backlash. They can get mad at criticism and create a bunch of backlash. Like business owners can fire their employees without good reason. They can just make up a lie, be like, "Hey, we don't have work for you anymore," or something like that. Like, there's truly so many fucked up things going on with businesses, and I'll like specifically speak about like Canada and the U.S. because that's mostly where I see all this fucked up shit going on. But yeah, like I think it's important that we criticize these people with good intentions, because they could end up being the landlord that's increasing your rent every fucking year for no reason, you know? Like, we have to be careful, guys. Be nice to Rosie's Woodshop. She could turn around and be a menace to society. Okay, she definitely probably has the privilege. She was getting a bunch of really positive comments. I just wanted to go over a couple of these because they're mostly bullshit, obviously. People who are just not capable of understanding criticism. Don't let their hate get to you. The internet is full of awful people, but you got friends among all the good ones. Let the haters hate, and you keep growing your page and posting consistently like you have been. Keep up the great work. That's the thing, though. She's not going to have a platform to grow on if she doesn't grow. Or, sorry, she's not going to grow on whatever platform if she doesn't grow. "Hey, just wanted to reach out and say I'm sorry you're getting so much negative attention. People are so hateful on the internet and frankly so bored they have to make a million stitches just because they feel like being bullies." Again, like the people who are saying like she should just quit it, not good advice, but I don't think that they're being haters. I think that they were just dealing with the situation that they had, which is clearly somebody who's not being truthful with themselves and not willing to be truthful with themselves, and that's hard to navigate. How do you expect them to fucking help you? And I guess this is the tricky thing with the internet, where it's like you can't post on the internet and then be mad at the response you get. Like you can take issue with it, like if you're getting a bunch of death threats, but I don't know, like at the end of the day, whenever somebody gets death threats, who the fuck has actually been killed from a death threat? Like I don't know, death threats are just when some 12-year-old behind a faceless profile got a little too angry and they don't have enough power in their life, so they were like, "Yeah, you should kill yourself." Like I don't know, it takes away from the story when people are like, when somebody's coming on to apologize for something that they did and they first address the death threats, it's like shut the fuck up. Just get to the point. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bitch for that, but that's just how I feel. I just think it's weird that at the end of all of this, she's just choosing not to really address it. And I guess I hope that she's going down a good path and she's actually changing things and making them better. Because if not, then all of her efforts are for nothing. Nobody is ever going to come around to wanting crappy 3D printed stuff and janky woodwork, you know? I don't know. So I do hope that Rosie looks through the feedback that she got and focuses on the ones that were able to get to the fucking point and not involve so much hatred, because there's a lot of really shitty business owners out there and Rosie could be on the path to becoming one because of all the hatred that she's gotten. So maybe let's tone down on the hatred and go harder on the constructive criticism. Hopefully we can start to do that, but I know it's like asking a fucking brick wall to do something for you. Like when it comes to the internet, we can't get basic respect. It's so annoying, but yeah, that's basically it. That's all that I have to cover on this story. I really hope you do overcome these issues and we get to see another TikTok of you at another market where you actually do get some sales, because I think it's really hard to put yourself out there and create something and then have nobody accept you for, you know, the way you want to be accepted. So I definitely feel like I could put myself in her shoes and understand that this is probably really hard to hear. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Rosie is in the right or in the wrong here? I mean, I don't really think that's not really an interesting question. Do you guys think Rosie will turn out and better her skills? Do you think we'll see her at another event? I hope we do. I hope we do. Because again, we need good business owners, and not every business owner can be good from the start. Some of them have to be taught, you know? So I do hope we see Rosie again, and I hope that she's doing good things that she likes. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more. This is going to become my drama channel. I'm going to start posting my other content on another channel. I just feel like that makes sense. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a great day.